Let's start with a hard truth that your parents, your teachers, and your favorite movies never told you. The world is not a meritocracy of kindness. You've been told that if you're patient, if you're agreeable, and if you never ruffle any feathers, the universe will eventually hand you a trophy. You think that by being the nice guy, you are building up a bank account of good karma that you can one day cash in for a promotion, a beautiful partner, or lifelong loyalty. But you're looking at your bank account right now and it's empty. You're the one staying late at the office doing work your boss will take credit for. You're the best friend to the person you actually want to date, watching them go home with someone who treats them like an option while you treat them like a priority. You're the person who gets interrupted in meetings and just smiles and lets it happen. Why? Because you've mistaken harmlessness for virtue. In the 15th century, there was a man named Niccolò Machiavelli. He lived in a time of constant war, betrayal, and shifting power in Italy. He didn't have the luxury of toxic positivity. He saw kings fall and mercenaries rise. He wrote a book called The Prince, and in it, he laid out a blueprint for how the world actually works. Machiavelli's core message is simple. Being a good person is useless if you don't have the power to protect that goodness. Today, we're going to dismantle the nice guy identity and replace it with Machiavellian virtue. We are going to learn why your niceness is actually a form of manipulation, why respect is better than love, and how to finally start winning. Machiavelli's most dangerous idea is found in chapter 15 of The Prince. He says, "Many have imagined republics and principalities that have never been seen or known to exist in reality." What does that mean for you? It means you are living in a fantasy world. You are acting based on how you think people should behave, rather than how they do behave. Think about the nice guy strategy. It's actually quite selfish. You are being nice because you want a specific result. You're using niceness as a currency to buy things that aren't for sale, like attraction or respect. Machiavelli would call this a strategic failure. He argues that the distance between how one lives and how one ought to live is so great that those who ignore reality to pursue an ideal are actually seeking their own destruction. The nice guy is dangerous because he is predictable. If I know you will always say yes, if I know you will never fight back, and if I know you are terrified of being disliked, then I own you. You aren't a person. You're a tool for other people's goals. Machiavelli's advice is brutal. Learn how to not be good. This doesn't mean you go out and commit crimes. It means you develop the capacity for aggression. It means you learn how to be a shark so you can survive the ocean. Jordan Peterson often echoes this Machiavellian sentiment. A harmless man is not a good man. A good man is a very dangerous man who has his weapons kept under control. If you don't have the weapons, the ability to say no, the ability to negotiate, the ability to walk away, then your niceness isn't a choice. It's a survival mechanism for the weak. Let's talk about one of the most famous debates in history. Is it better to be loved or feared? Most nice guys spend their whole lives trying to be loved. They want to be the sweet one, the helpful one. But Machiavelli warns that love is held together by a chain of obligation, which, because men are wretched, is broken at every opportunity for their own utility. Fear, however, is maintained by a dread of punishment which never fails. Let's translate fear into modern terms. In a modern social context, fear isn't about physical violence. It's about consequences. If you are the nice guy in your social circle, what are the consequences of someone disrespecting you? Usually, nothing. You might get a little quiet, or you might make a passive-aggressive joke, but you'll be back the next day. You have no teeth. Therefore, people have no reason to respect your boundaries. Machiavelli says that because men love at their own convenience and fear at the convenience of the prince, a wise man should found himself on what is his, not on what is others. When you rely on being liked, you are handing the remote control of your life to other people. You are constantly checking their faces to see if you're doing a good job. But when you rely on being respected, Machiavelli's version of fear, you hold the remote. Think about the boss who is nice to everyone. Their office is a mess. No one meets deadlines because they know the boss won't do anything about it. Now think about the boss who is fair but firm. The boss who will fire you if you don't perform. People may not love him in a sentimental way, but they work hard for him. Stop trying to be liked. Start being someone who cannot be ignored. Machiavelli tells us that to succeed, you must be a shapeshifter. You must be able to imitate the lion and the fox. The lion is the force. He is the person who stands up in a meeting and says, "This is wrong, and we aren't doing it." He is the person who tells a date, "I'm not interested in being just friends." The lion is direct. He is powerful. He scares away the wolves. The fox is the intellect. He is the person who reads between the lines. He knows when someone is trying to manipulate him. He knows how to play the long game. The fox avoids the traps that the lion is too proud to see. But where does the nice guy fit in? The nice guy is the sheep. The sheep believes that if he is gentle enough, the lion won't eat him. But the lion doesn't care about the sheep's feelings. The lion only sees a meal. Machiavelli's brutal advice for the nice guy is to kill the sheep inside you. Look at your career. Are you being a lion? Are you demanding the raise you've earned, or are you hoping someone notices your hard work? Hint, they won't. Are you being a fox? Are you watching the office politics and seeing who is actually in power? Or are you just trying to be friends with everyone? The fox knows that friendship, in a professional or competitive environment, is often just a temporary alliance. Machiavelli advises that you should never trust someone based on their words, but only on their incentives. Why is that person being nice to you? What do they want? If you can't answer that, you aren't being a fox. You're being a sheep waiting for the slaughter. This is the part that makes people uncomfortable. Machiavelli talks about the well-used cruelty. He says that a leader shouldn't mind being called cruel if it keeps his subjects united and loyal. He uses the example of Cesare Borgia, who was considered cruel, but his cruelty brought order to a chaotic region. In your life, cruelty doesn't mean being mean for the sake of it. It means surgical decisiveness. The nice guy drags things out. He stays in a relationship for 2 years too long because he doesn't want to hurt her feelings, which is actually the cruelest thing you can do. He lets an underperforming employee stay on the team for months, dragging everyone else down because he's too nice to fire them. Machiavelli would tell you, if you have to strike, strike hard and strike once. If a boundary is crossed, deal with it immediately and firmly. If a relationship is dead, end it cleanly. If a friend is toxic, cut them out of your life without a 3-page explanation. The nice guy thinks he's being kind by avoiding these cruel actions. In reality, he is being a coward. He is avoiding the temporary discomfort of a conflict, which leads to long-term suffering for everyone involved. True virtue is having the courage to do the unkind thing when it is the right thing. It is better to be seen as harsh but fair than to be seen as nice but unreliable. So where does this leave us? If you take Machiavelli's advice to heart, you won't leave this video and start being a jerk. Being a jerk is just as weak as being a nice guy. It's just another mask for insecurity. Instead, you will leave this video and start being formidable. A formidable person is someone who is capable of great kindness, but also capable of great power. They are a lion when they need to protect, a fox when they need to navigate, and never, ever a sheep. Stop asking for permission to exist. Stop apologizing for your success. Stop trying to buy love with favors. As Machiavelli said, fortune is a woman, and if you wish to keep her under, it is necessary to beat and ill-use her. Now, that's 15th century language, but the meaning is clear. Fortune, luck, and success favors the bold, not the timid. The world has enough nice guys. It's time for you to become a man of character, a man of strength, and a man who understands the rules of the game. If you're ready to stop being the sheep, I want you to do 2 things. First, subscribe to this channel, because we don't do nice here, we do effective. Second, comment below with the word formidable. Let it be your contract with yourself. The nice guy is dead. The prince has arrived.